Welcome to my latest blog. My name's Steve Howes. I'm a product manager for Siemens for the Process Instrumentation Division. And today we're going to be looking at one of the option license for Somatic PDM, so Process Device Manager. This is following on from previous blogs. If we just have a little bit of a refresher. So previously we covered the basic and service license. So here we have the service license, which is 54 tags. We've also covered the extended license and the functionality that gives you. So now we're going to look at the HART multiplexer license. So again, this is a bolt-on option that can only be added to the basic license. That is your building block. So if you can remember back to the first blog, we can't upgrade the single tag to this license. So part number's there, and it does what it says on the tin. It's there to support HART multiplexers. So what we're going to show you is how to set that up and the additional software tool that you get with PDM for configuring that. So the HART multiplexer that we're going to use is the new add-on card for the Somatic RTU 3030. So this particular version has got a 4G card in, and you can see the bolt-on card here. So this is the built-in web browser, so I'm connected to the spare Ethernet port on this to configure it, and you can see here my HART communications. The card also supports Modbus 485 connections. So if I go to my expansion card, I need to set that up. So I've activated it, and then this is the important thing for HART pass-through, HART IP. We need to activate that, and we need to make a note of this port number. If we leave this set at the default, this is the default port number for HART pass-through. I can test that here. So again, I have my LU240, which I've used on previous demos, connected to this, and it's pole address 0. This does support HART multi-drop for 8 devices, but it's found that my short tag and my long tag, so I know that I've got a communication. So you can see it here, polling the other addresses, but I've only got one device connected. So I'm happy that I've got my connection. So the next stage is to use the tool that comes with PDM, which is a HART server. And I'm using this to build my network up. So if I just type in HART, I can see the HART server desktop app there. It's opened up my previous project. I want to show you how to do this from scratch. So we got new, so HART server. So the first thing I need to do is add a network, and this is a TCP connection. So I'm connected to the RJ45 Ethernet port on the RTU 3030. I can give that a name. Once I've got that, I need to add an IO system. Well, the IO system is TCP, so that's the first thing, and there's my port number. So all I need to do now is add the IP address of my port number of my RTU 3030. Oops, sorry, 3. It should find that now. It's happy that it's found that. There is a little bit of the name on the RTU has got a hidden character. Just have to delete that. It would have come up and told me that anyway. So now it's added that's the RTU 3030, but it hasn't got the instrument. So a nice feature. I don't have to go off doing any programming. Just click on Learn. And this is now going to go and find all of the devices connected to that RTU 3030. It hasn't got a built-in database of files knowing exactly what the instrument is, but at this stage I'm not bothered. I just need it to find the device, and it will use standard HART commands to talk to that device. So there it is, the same tag again, so that's my long tag If I double click that, it will start reading the process values from the device. I'll see these populating in the background. So I need to keep that project open, okay, before I move on to PDM. So once I've established and saved my HART server program, if I'm using this regularly, of course, I can put this to auto start in Windows, but I need it open, and then I'm going to open up PDM standalone, and I'm going to call this project a new project. I call it HART server. Right, so I can see my networks here, similar to before. Insert new network, and this time it is going to be a HART server. Okay, and if I right click the HART server, I can see this option that says synchronize. So it's going to look at the HART server program in the background. If I click on that, it's going to do everything connected to that, so all the way down to the instrument. It will now bring all of that into my PDM project, and there we have it. Let's come all the way down. In this case, I've only got one device, so I can right click this to prove the comms, update diagnostics. You have to be wary, say with wireless HART, that the speed of PDM is governed by the actual wireless HART recycle time, and in some cases that can be very slow. Here I'm not wireless, so it should be relatively fast. So I can see I've connected to that probe. I've got a connection, so I can actually open up PDM now, and with PDM I can test the connection again. Another nice way of testing the connection is to just look at the process values. I can see here I have a connection, and it's now retrieving the process values through the HART server to the probe and back to PDM. So there's my process values and the status of my instrument. So we can have a few things here, some nice analog dials if you like those, and of course you've got access to your trends on here, so you can start to have a look at the performance of your level sensor in the vessel over a fill and empty cycle. So there you go. Relatively easy to set up a HART server network with PDM. I hope it was been useful, and stay tuned for future blogs. Thanks for listening.